Hello, angels of the super race. Today's topic is the renovation of the mind, lesson 612.
Who was Jesus Christ? God himself? Huh? Yes? Romans 9:5. Let's see what it says. Of whom are the fathers, and from whom, according to the flesh, because remember, the flesh needs a family. According to the flesh, Christ came, who is who? God who? Say God, who is over all. So then it's not the Son. The thing is that according to the flesh, he was a son. But the Spirit, who is it? God. Amen? And what other verse do you have? A very good one. First letter to Timothy. Quickly, 3:16. And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifested in what? I want us all reading. Who was manifested in the flesh? So then, was he the Son or was he God? What happened was that he had to say, my Father is greater than I am, of course, because the Father is what's on the inside, which is greater than what's on the outside. You are not what you are touching. You are what you are on the inside, the Spirit. That Paul calls it a treasure. Now, there's a detail that today's topic is the renovation of the mind. Notice the renovation of the mind. So then, let's look for Romans 12. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the what? Renewing of your mind, of the mind, right? It says, for what? That you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Now, pay attention. Who? We just said that Jesus is God, right? Now, look what happened to God when he went into flesh. Luke chapter 1, verse 80. So the child grew in grace, and became strong in the Spirit, and was in the deserts till the day of his manifestation to Israel. He became strong where? How do you make your spirit strong? You inject it? You eat food? How? Knowledge. This means that God himself, listen to this, God himself goes into flesh and he stays. He forgot who he was. You know? You know that you are going through the same thing? Look, God goes into flesh. God himself says that he, God over all things. And now, when he goes into flesh, he says, hey, who am I? He got amnesia. What's my name? And Mary had to tell him, an angel told me to name you Jesus. So then the boy had to grow at the age of 12 a little bit more. And just like that, until he was manifested. Because I'm going to tell you something. If he does not grow and get strong in the Spirit, you think he would go out to the cross? Well, even knowing it and educating himself and being strong, when the time came for the cross, he had the cup. And he said, man, this is difficult. And he said, let this cup pass from me. But look how God prays, but as you will. That's how you pray. God, help me. And you do not even know who you are. You are a God. But if you do not renew yourself, you think that you are a piece of flesh. Puerto Rican, Colombian, from Costa Rica, from Guatemala. That's what you think that you are. That's what religion thinks. But if you renew yourself, you know what it means? Hello? You know what renovation means? Renovation, look. When there's a building and it exists, but it is deteriorated, what do you have to do to it? And if it doesn't exist, you have to make it. You have to make it again. But when it says renovate, that means that you already possess, before the foundation of the world, when Daddy God created your spirit, you already had a knowledge. But when you were dressed of flesh, hello, it left just like it did God. The knowledge left God. He had to grow in grace and in knowledge, and little by little, until to be able to stand what was coming to him, he had to be renewed. Colossians 3:10. And have put on. Put on again. You see that? And have put on the new. There's a new man. Hello. Who is according to the image of him. The new, not the old. The old was created by your mother and your father. That's why you look so much like your mother and your father. But the new man who created it was Daddy God. The thing is that you do not see it. Tonight, I pray that the eyes of your understanding are enlightened so that you can see who you truly are, so that you can reign in life. You know what it is for you to reach full knowledge? Look, listen to this. When we reach full knowledge, the clay vessel, your clay vessel, will be cut like that, and the new man comes out.
We conclude that the children of grace have a renewed mind thanks to our father, Dr. Jose Luis de Jesus, who renewed our mind with his science, the gospel of grace. We love you, Daddy.
With the mark on my mind and body, I will be redressed. With burning flames, emitting energy with a body, it's no fantasy. Because I know